turn this down real quick. All right, man, this your boy C has for Motivated Minds. Hey, check this out. I just got a question, and I don't want to elaborate too much. I don't want to go too in depth, but you know, it seems like police shootings are again the flavor of the month. And did any of y'all notice that when this whole COVID thing was hot and heavy, you didn't hear anything about police shooting black people? And I mean nothing. And I actually did a video one time and I asked, like, did people stop killing people in the city? I mean, well, I'm saying in and out of where I'm at. Because you didn't hear nothing. Now all of a sudden, police shootings have once again become the flavor of the month. And it seems like we're hearing about one every week now. So my question, y'all, is this though. Why we don't keep the same energy when it comes down to blacks shooting blacks? You know, and I'm not justifying police shooting anybody. I'm not gonna justify that, and I don't want to talk about any police shooting, you know, in particular. But if y'all really want to go there, then how come ain't none of y'all in the streets when it comes down to the Laquan McDonald shooting? I just talked about that the other day when I want to say the police officer was, I think he was found guilty of, or he was convicted of, I want to say second degree murder. I can't remember because I ain't looking at it right now. But second degree murder and 16 counts of aggravated assault or aggravated battery. And he got 16, and he got 6.5 years for that. But hey, y'all ain't hit the streets for that one. You know, ain't nobody hit the streets, but you know, due to the fact that there was a cover up, you know, the Chicago PD covered that one up. And it was only after the body cam footage came out, the jokers get mad. So, and then they dropped all the charges of the other folks that lied about it, right? Nobody hit the streets and nobody really protested. We don't even hear nothing about a Kai Gurley got shot in New York in the stairwell where the police was in the stairwell. They were in the projects looking for somebody. And a Kai Gurley just happened to come out the stairwell and he got shot. Look that case up, but ain't nobody in the streets really protesting that. We should still be in the streets, you know, mad about Tamir Rice. But nope, we ain't in the streets about that one, right? But that's just police stuff. What about hood stuff? We don't hit the streets about that. We don't hit the streets. And it seems like very few people are mad when some little boy or little girl catch a stray bullet because the fools in the street shooting at each other. We don't have nothing for that one. Nobody is in the streets, you know, protesting and marching and wearing out church shoes and praying and all of this when, you know, little Mookie get murked in the middle of the street and everybody saw it, right? Nobody got nothing to say, but, you know, we get told that stitches get stitches, right? But ain't nobody in the streets over that. So I'm just saying, man, somewhere along the lines, we got to stop and say, hold up. How are we going to expect the police to police the community, which I understand that it is their jobs. But what is our responsibility to our hoods, you know, and community? When are we going to say, okay, hold on, man. It's obvious. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me back up real quick. How is it that black neighborhoods are over-policed, but yet they have so much crime? We don't talk about that, though. We'll say, well, it's over-policing the community. Yup. But what about us policing our communities? What about us doing it? And you know what happens? Oftentimes, when we try to police our communities, the riffraff in the community get mad, right? And we'll rather run somebody out of the community. We'll rather shoot them jokers right between the eyes that's trying to do good in the community and trying to keep the crime and stuff out versus the jokers that's bringing all the crime in. You know, I mean, I don't understand that. So, like I said, okay, you know, this recent shooting, you know, of the 15 or 16-year-old girl, whichever one it is, because some reports say she's 15, some reports say she was 16. Everybody mad about that, but ain't none of y'all mad about the grown man that tried to football kick either that little girl or that woman. I don't know if it was a girl or if it was a woman, right? Ain't nobody mad about that. We just kind of overlooked that. So policing our own neighborhoods. So we got a young girl that's dead, shot by the police, but you had a bunch of adults out there that could have stopped it all. Now everybody want to get on the news, you know, and holler about, you know, how good of a person she was and how a sweetheart she was, you know, but yet the adults that was sitting right there could have stopped the whole thing. So all I'm saying is, how we gonna be mad at the way other folks look at us when we really need to take a look at us? And I'm not excusing the way them folks, you know, the way they look at us. I'm not excusing that. But at the same time, we have to police our own neighborhoods and communities. When I say policing our communities, what I mean is those who live in areas that's full of all kinds of crimes and all kinds of shootings and all of that, they have the power to put a stop to it. I always talk about her, you know, because I appreciate her as an adult. But we had a next door neighbor named Miss Powers. And if we was doing something, or if something was going on in that neighborhood, you better believe Miss Powers was gonna tell it. And I've said this in a few videos. You know, we didn't have, you know, we didn't worry about, or she didn't worry about, you know, mamas or whoever, daddies taking up for their kids. Because if Miss Powers said it, it was gospel. Because everybody knew that and Miss Powers wasn't the only one. But she just happened to be my next door neighbor. But Miss Anime was the same way. And then you go down the street, you know, you got like Miss Sue. You know, then some of them folks, you know, around the corner, Miss Pie, Miss Caramel, they gonna tell it. Soon as mom and them came home, they was gonna tell it. But you know what? We don't have that no more. Because the first thing a lot of people want to do is they want to defend their kids. You know, some people, man, you know when your kids is bad. People know. But we, you know, we want to defend. The first thing we oftentimes do is we want to defend them. And I can understand if somebody's picking on them, but you know what you got. So I'm just saying, man, I'm not trying to be condescending to anybody. The only thing I'm trying to say is we got to sweep around our porch. So that way, when stuff like these shootings happen, especially if they're not justified, we got a leg to stand on. Because what happens is, when we run to the fire, you know, every time it happens, we run into the fire, right? Or somebody crying wolf or whatever. Every time it happens, here we go. Marching, praying, singing, kumbaya, and all of that. And you know what the folks saying? Oh, here they go again. They marching and singing. Come on, man. We have to give ourselves a leg to stand on. You know, speaking of what we should be mad about, ain't nobody mad about Philando Castile either. Nobody even talking about Philando Castile no more. But yet we get mad sometimes about a bunch of foolishness, right? So, and I'm trying not to talk about this, but in the case with the little girl that just got shot, y'all can clearly see that that girl was trying to stab the other girl. Clearly. But yet, Muggs is mad. And you know, we can say, well, he coulda, shoulda, woulda, but go back and watch the video. Go back and watch it. And then guess what? You know what's gonna happen? Joker's gonna get out in the street. They're gonna wear out some church shoes marching. Al and Ben gonna show up, grandstand in front of the people, right? And then guess what? They're gonna say it's justified. And I really don't want to talk about this case, because in this, it's really nothing to talk about. If we're gonna talk about anything, and I'm not excusing the police actions in this, I'm really not, before any of y'all try and come from ahead, you know, I'm not excusing the police actions, but what I'm saying is, where were the adults at in this? Well, I forgot, wait, the adults was not there, and one of them was trying to help the girl fight because he tried to kick somebody. Come on, man. Sometimes we gotta do for us. When I say this is a blanket statement, and I don't like making blanket statements, but if we don't care about us, how do we expect anybody else to care about us? and again, I hate making blanket statements like that. Not to saying that we as a whole don't care about, you know, our communities, but at some point or another, we need to police ourselves. Anyway, hey, this is your boy C Hess with Motivated Minds. I just want y'all to think about it.